So we are back after a lobby restart. What happened to be a glitch, and kudos to Codies and Codemasters for that. Well, we are back. This time around, we are trying something new. Um, we are trying to get the radios of all the drivers, or at least most of the drivers, into our comms. Let's see if this works out. And and let's see if we are getting some interesting radio comments by any of the drivers. So that being said, we are back racing, and as 19 drivers are on with the formation lap, but PSI Legends already uh, going super quick in the formation lap. It seems he wants to start the race real soon, and then Ashwin and on is on medium. So Vifix looks like he qualified on a um, set of mediums. So right, that well, not sure, but stewards can have a look. But as we get ready for the start of the Singapore Grand Prix, uh, and all the 19 drivers warming the tires, and and uh, and yeah, so warming the tires and getting to waiting to start, and Nishan is glitching out. It's not glitching out, my bad. Is having network issues, so he is um, not able to join. His car is already hosted. So reserving today is my buddy from comms, and Nishan. Looks like he is gonna start the race on AI. So crazy mouse monster was disqualified, but he will start on a colder tires compared to all his folks behind. So, yep, let's see. PSI already focused, and just wants to get into the turn one. So, right, we are we want to undergo, and Nova is again P1. So glitching out. So right, it's 5 lights on and it's 5 lights off, and away we go. And PSI does get a better start, but so does Ashwin. And Ashwin, Vifix go side by side into turn one, but PSI is already having a lead, and Ashwin followed by Vifix, closely followed by Phantom, Serial Killer and Assassin Killer. So right, so all top four have have passed the turn one, two, three of the treacherous Singapore, seemingly unscathed, and Phantom Assassin. So no major collision, but we position. So right, so Ashwin PSI. So PSI is already pulling a gap. Reminds me of what Sebastian Vettel does or did in his Red Bull days and Ferrari days. Followed by Ashwin. So Vifix, who's on a soft, and Ashwin on a medium. So Ashwin relatively keeping a solid pace, but Vivek's already challenging, so goes wide into the entry. Will he challenge Ashwin into the next corner? No, he does not. And but yeah, the PSI already having a second advantage over Ashwin. So Ashwin holding up Vifix and Phantom on a faster tires, but looks like Vifix is already on tail of Ashwin and might look to challenge as quickly as he can to Ashwin. Right, so Phantom is behind Vifix, almost half a tenth behind. No DRS until lap 3, and it is not lap 3, I think it is lap 1. And the lobby is, I mean, the leaderboard is glitching out already. with Malov on P2, Nishan in P3. So let's ride with Vifix, who is on the gearbox. Not anymore of Ashwin Lakhwani. Phantom seems to have uh, closed the gap on Vifix, but not much. So Serial followed by Assassin Killer, Redstone, and Mayank in P9 in his Alpha Tauri. Uh, Vicky, so Vicky crashed and Vicky spins into the tight right-hander of Sector 2. He has a wing damage. Doesn't seem so. Should have a light wing damage, if not a major one. So Redstone already, and he is getting passed by all the folks behind him. So he is struggling. So he has a wing damage. So Crazy Mouse Monster has gained 6 positions already. Sid Venkatesh, Hash also has gained 5 positions. And is up on the gearbox of Sid Venkatesh. Does he go for the lunch? No, he doesn't. So Sid Venkatesh has started on hard tires. So going for the long play is Sid Venkatesh. But Oxidize Vicky looks like he's struggling. So reserving for Sonic Hawk is Vicky 644. And he goes to pit. So the pit entry is also quite tricky in Singapore, where you can understeer very easily and you can go to the track or ricochet out of the entry of the pit lane. So looks like it's glitching for us as well. So Nova is on pits. Looks like he has gone to pits and he is dead last. So Nova, who is the closest challenger to Caesar, is not having a great start to this race. But on the contrary, PSI Legends, who is quite a distance away from Ashwin, so Vifix. So I think all three separated by equal distance, and so is Phantom. So top 4, top 5, almost a second behind each other, and Serial Killer. So top 6, top 7, top 8, and top 9. So all seem to be a second behind, and the interval is not coming at glitches out. So has a moment, Crazy Mouse Monster. So keeps the car well and sticks it into the tarmac, but surely he would have his heart in his mouth, will Crazy Mouse Monster, but goes well. So somebody has gone off. Somebody has gone off in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Looks like it's a Williams of Google Dougal, or could be Hash. No. So right. So Crazy Mouse Monster is mounting challenge on Hash. So Hash and Crazy Mouse Monster both on mediums, and no DRS activated yet, or has the yes, DRS is activated, and Hash will go for the overtake. And does he make some move stick? Yes, he does. And Crazy Mouse Monster, quite a long name, should get though he has a moment again, Crazy Mouse Monster. So looks like he's struggling on the set of mediums, and Hash already on a charge, with already making 7 positions. So quite a battle going on. So Ace is ghosted. So Ace seems to also have left the session, and right. So Crazy Mouse Monster is all attacking Sid Venkatesh. Wasn't able to make a move at that point of time. So should have the time advantage. Crazy Mouse on Sid Venkatesh, and Sid Venkatesh, they collide, and looks like he wanted to late break, but couldn't keep in line and couldn't keep it tight. So, does he has any wing damage? Crazy Mouse. Oh yes, he does. He does have a wing damage. So, will be struggling. Is Crazy Mouse monster. So, let's see how it is happening. So, Ashwin is already in the DRS range of PSI Legends, and will he uh, go for the overtake? He surely needs the track position. Ashwin and Vifik seem to have fallen back 3 seconds already. Sorry, 3 seconds already behind Ashwin. So, is he struggling? Has he some damage? Doesn't seem so. So let's ride with Ashwin Lakhwani and see if he can make the most out of it. So Crazy Mouse Monster has retired. He has retired on track. So is it a safety car or a virtual safety car? It is a virtual safety car. So that is gonna play into hands of PSL Legends has already got a penalty. So Ashwin, so do or will the soft runners of PSL Legends and Vifix would want to go to the pits? I guess they do, and Ashwin stays out. Vifix, does he go to the pits? He does not. So Assassin Killer, he goes. Phantom also follows him. Serial Killer follows him as well. Redstone follows him as well. Malav doesn't follow them. Mayank follows them as well. Hash hasn't. Sid Venkatesh hasn't. Oxidize. Does he go? Does he not go? He doesn't. Kanav. Will he go? He does not. Nishan, who is back in the lobby, will he go? He does not. So, well, it is on. The virtual safety is off. So, people who are in pits, who are going to pits right now, Assassin or coming out of the pits, will have little advantage in terms of the pit time that they have saved. So, that obviously the most benefiting is PSI Legend. So Ashwin has to push now. Vifix has to push now. So somebody is off on sector 1. It is a racing point of Vicky, and or is it the Google? So somebody's off and no safety car at this point of the time. So Ashwin needs to push now, because he will have a disadvantage to PSI Legends, who seems to only be 22 seconds behind Ashwin. So I think the average pit stop time here is close to 24 seconds. So I think he needs to pull up a gap. So I'm not sure how PSL Legends is so far behind. Should be in the range of 15 or 16. So maybe the virtual safety car timing didn't play out in the hands of all those soft runners who went to the pit. So that being said, as we are trying, so let's see and let's hear from the team radio and see if there is any chatter going on or any strategy going on. So Ashwin, let's unmute Ashwin and see if he is saying anything. So right, so nothing from these guys. Nothing from these guys. Nothing from Nova, Malav. So no one's saying anything. So let's just stick with them and see if these guys uh, are communicating anything interesting. That being said, we are with Hash, who was started on mediums and has gained 13 position already, but I think is effective P8 or P9 in my opinion. So right, so Ashwin is so yeah, PSI Legends has closed down the gap from 22 to 19 seconds. So PSI is gaining on Ashwin on the set of medium. So PSI surely has solid pace and showing it already. Uh, and Vifix goes to pits and now and goes on to the set of hard tires. So he wants to go right to the end of the race on this set of tires, but I think he will be far behind um the PSI Legends. So I think PSI Legends is 18 seconds and Vifix is on 34, so almost good 16 seconds behind is Vifix from PSI, who otherwise was close to 7 or 8 seconds. So that being said, right, so should have gone to the pits in virtual safety car, should have followed the lead soft runners, but you never know. This strategy might be a killer. Will only know in due course of time. Right, so riding with Hash, who is 3 seconds behind, and PSL Legends is already charging and already looking to make a move, and he would want to get past Hash, who's on a older tires, and hasn't made a pit stop. So right, so on a fresher tire is PSI Legends, on a older tires is Hash. So should be an easy move for PSI Legends, understeering a bit over there, and doesn't look close enough at this point of time, but surely should have a go. And coming out of this tight corners 1, 2, and 3, looks close at this opinion, goes wide a little, prepares for the long DRS straight. Is PSI Legends has DRS on, is close enough, not at the moment. So it's a yellow flag in all 3 sectors. Yeah, so right, as you can hear, everybody is confused with the sector 1, sector 2, sector 3 yellow flag. So let's hear them out for a bit.
This was Baku last season.
Right, so as we hear them, it is sector 1, sector 2, sector 3 in all 3 sectors. So what it effectively means is a game might not allow them to overtake, but as it is glitched out, they can overtake, and any unfair penalties or warnings that they get will be removed by the stewards after the end of starts. So right, as our race leader Ashwin says, it's green now. And it is yellow, not anymore. So right, so will PSI Legends want to make a move right now? Is close enough, has a DRS, but this straight is as short as it can get for a DRS and for an overtake. So a beautiful turn 1 to turn 3 sequence in Singapore. So wants to go wide, takes a wider entry, and is it a moment? No, it looks like the game flow. So Hash is already out of overtake, so surely PSI Legends would want to go for the overtake, and goes on the inside and makes a move stake, and PSI Legend is already up to P3, and he approaches, and in the process gets another 3-second time penalty, but surely PSI, as we hear, has 6-second time penalty already. And right, so Balov is P2, and right, so Malav give a fight to the charging Mercedes of PSI Legends, who seem to have 6 second penalties already. So Ashwin having none of it. And so yeah, so will he make a difference to the charging of Mercedes? Looks difficult, but
No.
Malav is capable. And serial
Oh,
killer goes
what
crashes
was that?
out
Oh
Oh, come
shit.
in the sector. So
on.
is it a safety car? Is a safety car, and
Oh,
as you can see the moan from
what
Malav.
is this guy doing, man?
Uh,
Ashwin,
There's
were
no
you not
delta.
he so
Ashwin, were you
hard
not at the
they and the damage.
I
No.
was past turn one.
Bro,
Oh
Assassin Killer,
my.
it broke so early because I broke like 15 meters early because like
Box.
Sid and this guy were battling and I still got wing damage.
Right, as you see, Vifx says he has a wing damage, so goes into pits. Are uh, P7 to P7 onward, guys. Assassin, Redstone, Vifx goes on to medium, so he goes away from the hearts. Mayan goes to pits. Kanav is also having a wing change, and Oxidized, Serial Killer, DNF, and Ace one lap behind his pits, and Vicky and Nova. Doing Nova is 5 laps down,
Why
so
was there a safety car?
I think two
Nova.
guys crashed, serial killer and oxidized in the third sector.
I don't know why restaurant
What
was
is
stopping when
Nova?
safety car
Nova
allowed
is
to stop.
coming opposite, and he
Wait, if
seems to be
a guy ahead of
omnipresent
me slows down for
in
a
the
safety
pit
car
straight
and I
and in
pass
the
him like
pits
that
together.
because he
So
was slowing down for me.
right, so let's
Why did that would not have
listen
been
to our
illegal? Because
discussions on
technically
safety
he's
car with all the
allowing me to
drivers.
continue stationary on drive.
That hard tires. That hard tires.
I know, he didn't use everyone.
थोड़ा धीरे भाई. And I got a 5 second. That is just brilliant.
Yes, it's just stay out. Stay out. Bro, this something killing me.
Right, so surely, so Ashwin has gone to pits. He seems to have gone to pits. So yeah, so PSI legend has gone to pits once again and has gone to hard tires just to cover off Ashwin. So PSI legend who was in a major advantage. So all the advantage has been wiped off by the safety car for PSI legend. So
Malav, you got
Phantom
5 second for what?
and then you have
Mala, why did you 5
Malav
seconds?
who is in P4.
Yes, I was going slowly into the pits just to be safe from a penalty in terms of speeding. We crashed into it.
Yes, I hit the wall.
We both
So
got a
you're
5
lucky you
seconds.
haven't served it, so you can get it removed. Because now you
I'm
won't
assuming
serve
it will
it.
be removed if there is no further safety car.
Exactly,
No,
yeah. So as
if I
long as you
don't
don't
serve it,
pit.
it will be removed, right?
Exactly, yeah. So don't
I
worry
think it
about
will
it.
be. I'm not sure. I think it will be.
Right, so all the penalty discussion going on. So Sid Venkatesh is up to P3. So uh, that so Sid Venkatesh who was on hard tires. So Hash and Sid Venkatesh who went to hard tires before are right now P2, P3. But will they be able to make it up to the end? Tricky, possible, but very very tricky. So Malav, who just made
Someone is
into pit.
commenting
So
on my screen. I hope it's not acid
it's
because he
it's
always says interact karo.
right. Well, let's mute all the guests. And right, so we are back. So right, so as I was saying, Malav is in P4 and is it's just a moment for apologies for the interruption. Right. So as I was saying, Malav, the safety car has played out perfectly for Malav. So who's on the hard sand is up to P3 right now, and Phantom on medium set. That will be almost impossible to make it up to the end. So he would be going. So PSI Legends. So as of now, Ashwin, Malav, and PSI Legends, uh, who are in prime position, followed by Nishan and medium. So mediums will be going into the pits as well. So the Kanav on a hard set, and Hash finally goes to the pit and is on a set of hard tires. So Ace is back, is a lap behind. Vicky is 4 laps behind, and Nova is 6 laps behind. Is it a game that is glitching out, or is Nova just just getting around? So, Acid, Acid says Ashwin with pro strategy. So, surely that's a pro strategy, and Ashwin looks well placed for the race win. For a race win, that is long waiting for Ashwin Lakhwani. So, right, the safety car is in this lap, and as we prepare ourselves for the restart, uh, and Nova is Ashwin. Will be slowing down the pack right now. He has to wait until the safety car is in the pits, and he can only start on the second safety car line. Oh no, my bad, it is not. So into the sector 3 is Ashwin Lakhwani, the leader. The safety car goes in the pits. When does he try to make a lunge? And he does, and we are underway once again in this race. And Sid Venkatesh is followed closely by the fresher tires of You Can Beat Me, Malav, and Malav, Phantom, PSI Legends, Nishan, all getting the restart well. But even better is who's already 2 seconds ahead of Sid Venkatesh, and PSI Legends. There a contact once again for PSI Legends. Doesn't look like so, but both the Ferrari coming side by side, and Nishan passes his teammate, his ex-teammate from the last season, and is up to P5. So Malav on the hard tires, and Nishan on a set of medium tires. So already at the Vivix makes a move on Redstone Dub and goes side by side onto the Renault and makes a move stick, and is right at the gearbox of Malav and would want to make a move. So does he make a move? In the next section, he would be rolling to make one that goes wide is Vifix, and destroys all the energy he can. And will he make the move on Malav? Yes, he does, and goes passes and is up to P6. But Sid Venkatesh is holding up the Alfa Romeos of Phantom. So Phantom approaching the tight section of Sector 3 would want to make the move as quickly as possible, followed by PSI Legends and Nishan and Vivek. So somebody has gone off. It looks like it's a Haas and is once again yellow flags on all 3 sectors and 2 out. So following PSI Legends, sorry, my bad, Phantom, who would want to make a mistakes. Remember, the no DRS activated yet. So is he close enough? No, he doesn't. So Sid Venkatesh racing beautifully at this point, and holding the likes of Phantom and PSL legends behind him on a set of old hard tires. So that's some racing being done by Sid Venkatesh. And remember, the McLarens need all the points they can. So it's if they have to mount any challenge for the constructors to Ferrari. So that being said, so Sid Venkatesh, a McLaren on P2, and talking about another McLaren who is already on a chart. So we want to make a move, goes wide, tries to go wide, but Nishan has a better exit at that point of time. So there's a train of cars followed on Sid Venkatesh. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Uh, almost hitting the gearbox of PSI Legends is Nishan. Followed by Vifix, who wanted to take the advantage of that, but couldn't. And Malav already 3 seconds behind him. So Malav he's struggling on the set of the hard tires. Maybe. So right. So we have like 4 cars already behind Sid Venkatesh. So is DRS activated yet? No, not yet. So maybe in the next lap it will be. So let's ride with Vifix who and Nishan. So who want to make a charge and are looking for the overtake. So Vifix giving everything he can at this point of time and wants to get past Nishan, and DRS is activated, and Nishan and Vifix both have DRS. So is Vifix going for the lunge? Is he close enough? He isn't, and he does not. So PSI Legends who is also close, and Phantom hasn't passed Sid Venkatesh yet. So it is all playing beautifully for Ashwin Lakhwani. So all the contenders for the win are right behind Sid Venkatesh, and this track is known is quite difficult to overtake. So it is known for that, but people and drivers look for every inch they can, and they will look to overtake Sid Venkatesh. So Assassin Killer has retired. So is it a pit retirement? Looks like it is. So no safety car at this point of time. So for Nishan, Nishan has is side by side of PSA Legends, goes into the tight right-hander of Sector 3 and goes side by side, and they touch. They did collide, but hopefully they PSI Legends has no damage. So Nishan reserving today after a while is charging, and is charging aggressively, and it looks like he wants to take that podium position. He certainly can. He has in the past, and he should at this point of time. Talking about PSL Legends, did he collide? So Vifix is already challenging. No, he isn't. So he is a second behind. Vifix has a damage already, and a major damage. One McLaren keeping it steady at the top, but the another isn't. So he will be going to the pits, and the charge that we were hoping from the McLarens is fading away lap by lap in this race. Going by Nishan, Nishan is already 6 tenths of Phantom. Phantom is still not being able. So is he challenging? He's challenging, but not close enough. Not at this point of time. So this is playing in the hands of Ashwin. So Ashwin already 10 seconds ahead of Phantom, and let's see with Nishan, and let's ride with it on his POV, and so Ashwin is 10 seconds behind, 10 seconds ahead. Vifix is almost 13 seconds. So Ashwin still hasn't got that pit window on Vifix, who is his closest challenger at this point of time. So talking about that, Vifix goes to pits as expected and is going for a wing change and goes to medium sets. So Mayank is and Hash and Malav. So Mayank has passed Malav also. So Malav is not having or is struggling on the set of hearts. So let's see if let's follow the battle, a three-way battle for P2, or rather PSL Legend also joining the party. So it's a four-way battle for P2 going on with Sid Venkatesh giving everything he can to hold these guys up, and will Phantom tries to go wide, goes on the outside with this compromising exit a bit, but uh, has the DRS. So will Nishan and PSI, but Phantom is struggling to get past Sid Venkatesh, who is defending well and going aggressive and um, deploying more. So yeah, in terms of the battery, so Sid Venkatesh has 43, Phantom 22, Nishan almost same, and so Nishan passes Phantom, so he doesn't. So Phantom goes to pits for his pit stop, as we thought so. So Nishan, as we are speaking, is would be only looking to get rid of the gearbox of that McLaren as quickly as possible. So he has DRS, doesn't deploy the battery as of now. Is he close enough? He is not. So is he lining up Sid Venkatesh for the next DRS straight? Is he? Is he not? Looks like he is. So Sid Venkatesh also has the same. So breaking the slipstream is Nishan. So is Nishan struggling with the tire temperatures or brake temperatures? Trying to get some cooler air into his brake ducts, and well, it looks stalemate as it was since the safety car restart in the position, except for Nishan charging up. So let's look for any other battles going on, as already it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 drivers DNFing or not racing at all. So yeah, so following the only battle happening at this point of time is Nishan and PSI Legends. So from the POV of PSI Legends, who almost was in a P1 position at a time, has certainly fell back, and oh, he does touch Nishan. So on a set of hard tires, so right, so Nishan is on a set of mediums, so mediums might not make up to the end. So Sid Venkatesh also will have to go to pits, almost close to 20 odd laps on that set of mediums. So on a fresher set and a new wing, Vifix does put a purple lap in this race. So having said that, let's see and let's look for the radio comments. But yeah, so Nishan is close enough, or was just a couple of tenths away. So will he want to make a move? Does not try to go wide. So Nishan always tries to break the slipstream, and as you can see, so Sid Venkatesh is out of ERS already, and Nishan is almost on the verge of getting the DRS straight. So right, so Nishan is close enough, and does Sid Venkatesh go to pits? Yes, he does, as we were expecting him to be. So Nishan now is in P2 position, so reserving today after a quite a long time. Is Nishan is now in P2 position, but again, so will his medium make it up to the end? That's a question. That's the answer that we are looking forward to. But so Nishan on 12 laps, so 22 laps on mediums. Looks on the edge possible, but the fresher tires of PSI and Hash and also Kanav might kick in at the end. So Kanav, who started right at the back, is into onto P5. So serious racing going on from the Red Bull of Kanav, already making close to 14 odd positions. So Hash and Kanav having a great race, and so is having Mayank, who's having a lonely battle, but Phantom have challenging Mayank. So will he be able to get past Mayank, or will Mayank be holding up? So goes wide, does Phantom for a better exit, overtakes, puts the DRS on, goes on the outside, inside, my bad, and does he make the mistake? He does, but Mayank did touch the barrier. So uh, that was an ambitious move by Phantom, but he certainly needs one, having lost a lot of position. So Mayank, does he has damage? Now he's being challenged by the McLaren of Vifix Cutter. Uh, and Mayank, yes, he has some damage. Mayank, so Mayank goes into the pits right away, and Vifix is released into the P7 of the Singapore Grand Prix of Season 3 Racing League. Um, and talking about the gap, so PSI Legends is behind Nishan, so almost 2 seconds, followed by 1.5 seconds Hash and Kanov. So looks like stalemate, and Malov and Mayank. So Mayank goes to pits. Malov goes past him. Ace, so Vicky. So right. So let's look. See in what who's the net effective position. So Ashwin clearly should be able to make it up to the end. Nishan will have to manage his tires well, and PSI Legends should be able to Hash. Yes, Kanav, yes, Phantom, yes. So Vifix, so pretty much I think everybody is sorted in terms of making it up until the end of this race. We only have to look for Nishan's tires. So Nishan would want to make it work, um, but the charging McLarens of PSI Legends and the Williams of Hash would make his life difficult, certainly. And talking about the points, so Ashwin, who was close to like 40 odd points behind Caesar, if gets a purple lap, so should be able to wipe off 31 points already from Caesar. So Ashwin doesn't look to have the fastest lap. As of now, it is from the Renault of Redstone Dub, but he is in P11. So a fastest lap point will only be awarded if you finish in P10. So if Redstone, if he keeps that fastest lap, has to finish in top 10 to earn that extra point for the purple lap. Uh, intervals. Yes, so let's look at the penalty question. So Nishan has 12 seconds time penalty, and that looks like the track extension or exceeding penalties. Doesn't look like unfair 5 second penalty. Uh, but PSI Legends seem to have a 5 second penalty and two 3 second penalties for track extension and exceeding. Kanav has none of it. So Kanav surely can make a position if he pushes hard now and is under that penalty range or 6 second gap from Hash. Not just Hash, also Nishan and PSI. So Kanav, if he finishes under 6 seconds of Hash 9211 should have P2. So coming from P19 to P2, that's gonna be a mega drive from Kanav. Uh, and talking, so Hash overtakes PSL Legends. So there's a battle going on, and Hash indeed makes a move stick, and PSL Legends, who was showing solid pace in the first stint of the race, uh, right now is not showing the same pace as he was. So Nishan is already a pit stop behind Ashwin Lakhwani. So Ashwin can should be able to go to pits and go for that purple lap if he fancies one uh, towards the end. But it's yellow flags in sector one, two, three. So uh, right. So PSI is coming behind the back markers of Vicky, or is it oh sorry, my bad. It's hash 9211. It's the Williams. So the Williams is followed by Nishan. So beg your pardon. That was clearly not a back marker. Right. So a punt coming right from the comments of Caesar1310, who is spectating this race. So he says Ashwin dominating the race until he disconnects. So will the Mexico ghost haunt Ashwin Lakhwani once again? We certainly don't wish it happens. And right, so Hash has overtaken or is challenging Nishan. So Nishan goes wide, and Hash takes the inside line and passes Nishan. So Hash with a 6 second time penalty needs to build a gap on Kanav, who looks to be his nearest challenger in terms of the effective race position. So uh, Kanav on a set of hard. So is he pushing? Does he look like he's pushing? Oh, the game shows that his car is dancing left, right, and center. But yeah, um, right. So Nishan is losing the ground now, and his mediums are falling off, and PSI Legends, the hearts of PSI Legends and Hash already coming into play. So should he go to the pits right now? If he does, where does he come out? So he comes out, should come out behind Sid Venkatesho. P9 is where. So 5 seconds. So Nishan goes to the pit lane, gets a 5 second penalty. Another penalty gets added to Nishan. So Nishan accumulating close to 20 second odd time penalty. So uh, does he come in P9 just in front of his teammate? Yes, he does, and will the team game come into picture for Nishan and Malav, who is 6 seconds behind Nishan. So talking about penalties, so Nishan already having 20 second penalty, followed by PSI Legends in 11 seconds. Even before that, has 18 seconds restaurant dub. So clearly, so the only few drivers who don't have a penalty is Nova Lab, the ghost of Nova Lab. No, sorry, Nova West. My bad. It's not Nova Lab. I mean, 7 laps behind Nova West. That's difficult to digest. So, Nova West, no penalty. and Ashwin having none of it, Kanav having none of it, Vipix and Sid Venkatesh. So the McLarens having none of it, and Vifix is looking to challenge uh, the, the Red Bull of Kano. So uh, again, Vifix is on a fresher set of tires. So Vifix still, if he makes up the ground, can finish P2. But surely he would want to make an overtake on Karnov. So right, the gearbox seems broken, and once again, kudos to Codemaster for making us listen to that. So yeah, so Easy with going for the move, lines up. So Phantom and Vifix both on the gearbox of Karnav. So taking all the slipstream he can is Vifix, and goes right round the outside is Vifix. Does he make the move stake? Yes, he does, and takes the P4 of the Singapore Grand Prix of Indian Racing League. So Phantom is challenging Kanav, and does he? Uh, is he close enough? No, he is not. So Vifix, having gone to P4, needs to make up 3.5 seconds on Hash for getting that P2 position. So it's game on for McLaren's as Sid Venkatesh, who is has so both the McLaren seem to have a broken gearbox. So yeah, as I was saying, both the McLaren seem to uh, be on course for a top 5 finish, with the Ferrari of Mala finishing um, at least P8, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, McLaren's looking for a strong finish with Caesar not racing today, and um, right. So Vifix is not looking to close the gap on PSI Legends, or is he? Is at 8.5 seconds. So right. So Phantom tries to make a move on Kanav. So Kanav already out of ERS, and so is out of ERS. Phantom 1357, but has the DRS. Easy close enough. Easy closing. Not close enough is Phantom. So Phantom again having 6 seconds of penalty, would want to make as many time he can once he overtakes Kanav. So Kanav already out of ERS, so is Phantom. Vifix already having, and goes past the ghost of, or rather the lap car of Vicky. So PSI looks like he had a moment again. So is he having a wing damage? No, not at this point. So Hash, so right, so Ashwin Lakhwani, as we were talking, has gone to pits, and surely he's going for that fastest lap and looking to go for that extra point he has. So let's ride with him as he marches on for that fastest lap of the race. Is Ashwin Lakhwani. Is on the fresh set of soft tires, right on the limit, just inches away from the wall and the barriers. Easy on the brakes, smooth on the exit is Ashwin, and comes on the tight right-hander, which is followed by a tight left-hander, and it's all about the entry and the exit in this circuit, in this turns, and followed by a reshaped quarter times corners, and the one I was talking about where you feel like you are on the throttle already and you want to go, and it just finishes over there. So is he gaining? He certainly should gain, and it's already 2.5 seconds on his best time. So clearly he's going for the fastest lap, and he should have the fastest lap, and nobody else looks to have that gap or tires to go for it. So Ashwin Lakhwani going for the fastest lap into the final few corners of the lap, so he has to just keep it tidy and make sure he doesn't invalidate this lap, as he is already 3 seconds up on his time. So does he go to the purple lap? He does, and he does go for the 136.2. So he gained close to 3 seconds on Hash on that lap. So that was a purple lap, and that is 31 points coming to Ashwin Lakhwani, and surely will be closing down a significant uh, closing down the gap with a significant points will be Ashwin Lakhwani on C01310. So going to Hash, who has a 9-second penalty. So but VFX is below that 9-second penalty. So VFX is in P2, net P2. So one McLaren already in the podium position. And talking about the other McLaren, who seems to have at least P5 for now. So Ashwin Lakhwani on course for the win that he was longing for, and certainly we all were longing for, and comes at just the right time and on course. But Hash, so Hash should lose out to Vifix, and so Nishan is going for the overtake on Phantom, and or is it Phantom coming back? So Nishan, so it's Kanav, Nishan and Phantom all going, all having DRSing each other, and all so the 4 cars who are out of ERS as well, and just DRSing each other. So Nishan, who we thought might give the position back to Malav, and didn't they? But so Kanav also should finish in P3. So net podium winners are, so Ashwin Lakhwani, has he ghosted? Is he ghosted? No, he doesn't. So for a moment it looked like he has ghosted. So sorry, my bad, it was Nova. So Ashwin on course on his final lap, going for or lapping the Alfa Romeo of Nova West. So battle going on. So Kanav, so Nishan has indeed overtaken Kanav, and Kanav, but Nishan, with all the penalties he has, doesn't look like will finish in podium position. But Kanav has to be under that 9-second range of #9211 to get that podium position. Will he? Will he not? Well, we should know in some corners of time. So it was a crazy race, a long race and longing race, and grilling all the way, where all those 19 drivers. But at the end, it's Ashwin Lakhwani who takes the checkered flag first and wins the Singapore Grand Prix of Indian Racing League, and does try to wave off with all the pit crew and the checkered flag. And that was one hell of a race, and a race executed to the perfection, where everything came into hands of Ashwin Lakhwani and the racing point of Ashwin Lakhwani, and goes wins the P1. So Hash has the P2 at the moment. PSL Legends P3. Vivix should get that P2 position. Does he? Does he not? Oh, he just is in the podium position. And PSL Legends. So Nishan, with all the penalties he has, finishes P5 right now. Kanav goes P5. Sid Venkatesh goes P6. Phantom goes P7. Nishan with a penalty goes P9, and Mayank finishes P10, and Redstone finishes P11, followed by Vicky and the lap cars of Ace and Nova. So 90 drivers starting the race, 5 DNFing or 5 crashing out, 2 almost had network issues. So 12 drivers who raced well and raced fairly. It was Ashwin Lakhwani who finished ahead of all of them, and it was a solid race by Hash also, who gained 15 positions of 15. So Hash and Kanov did had a great race, and Vifix, who was on course for the P2 positions, loses out by 2 seconds. And Karnov again seemed to have lost out at the end. So, talking about that, it is a great race, and with Ashwin Lakhwani, Hash, and McLaren of Fifix taking the podium. So, as the game gives out, it's Hash 9211 uh, who takes the driver of the day, and but on that note, let's see and let's wait. Invite all our podium winners to our party, and let's go and see uh, what drivers are thinking right now. So we can see quite a few. Congratulations already on its way, and we should be talking to them in right. So coming back, Ashwin Lakhwani wins the race finally in season 3. So Ashwin, that was a race executed to perfection. Everything came in right. The strategy, the pace, the timing, and also the race start, and especially the safety race start. So what are your thoughts on that?
Otherwise, it's a clean race despite that we didn't have any pressure from behind, and it was just a clean race. So yeah, I'm just happy.
Right. So that being said, you have reduced the deficit to Caesar and by 31 points. Uh, so
Yep.
as I see, people can't hear you, Ashwin. So if you can just check it once.
I haven't changed my settings, but I'll check.
Right. So uh, talking to Vifix. Vifix, that was a race of some troubles, is wasn't it?
I feels bad for Noah, but then again, I can't help him with that. But yeah, just lucky to be on the podium in the end, considering I had to do 3 stops and broke my front wing to red damage twice. So
Right,
yeah, all in all, good race.
right. So, on that note, did you realize that you were almost in P2 positions and you just had to be 9 seconds behind Hash? So something happened in the final few laps and you just fell back by 2 more seconds out of his that 9 second penalty that he had. So, did something go wrong in the final few laps, or was it just something that you didn't apprehend before?
Yeah, no, not really, because what happened was that I had used up all of my Yaris to overtake Phantom and Kannam, so I was trying to regenerate it for like a 1 or 2 lap push. Then when I started to push, my tires went, so that was basically the end of that. So yeah, I couldn't really catch up with.
Got it. So talking about that, another fantastic drive, which might have helped you to a certain extent, was your teammate Sid Venkatesh. So Sid Venkatesh just run us through from that safety car restart to 10 odd laps where you were defending crazily and you were holding up all the fast runners behind you. Right, so certainly the team play came up, and that was one hell of a defending Sid Venkatesh. So absolutely brilliant driving on that part. So coming back to Ashwin. So Ashwin, your thoughts again. So talk us
Uh,
through on your quali lap. So quali on mediums was fantastic, but once again, you were just pipped by a tenth by PSI Legends. And PSI Legends was also uh, had some pace in the first stint. So
yeah.
clearly that was something that we weren't expecting. But yeah, run us through
Yeah,
your thoughts.
so I changed my party settings first of all, so I hope my voice is audible. But yeah, I mean, I could have gone a little bit faster in quali, but I just wanted to take it cautious. And yeah, PSI did a great lap and got pole. And in fact, Nova picked me by exactly 2 tenths, which I don't think the stream saw. So that's also the note. But yeah, I knew the softs would really drop off after a few laps, so I stayed behind and maintained position. And yeah, I mean that's it. Then I ultimately got the lead, and then led all the laps after that, and I was comfortable. So yeah, not a very eventful race, but a satisfying race.
Of course, with all the charge that you guys have to make in the drivers and constructors, that was some handy points.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right, so closing off with Vifix once again. So Vifix, run us through your quali. So quali didn't go as planned, right, for you?
Yeah, it did not go as planned because what I planned to do was do a bit of a long run on softs to see if I could just like use it in the race, see at the end stint. But what ended up happening on my medium lap was that I got caught out on traffic, so I didn't. The tires weren't warmed up properly, so I just ended up hitting the wall. So I had to start on softs, which no one wants to start on, of course, here because it's big disadvantage.
Right. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, was an eventful race. Not much, but certainly a lot of action and a lot of penalties playing out as well. So that's all. Until next week, it's lights out. Bye bye.